to the rafters here at Hollywood Bowl in Portland, Oregon for the championship round finals of the PBA Oregon Open. For those of you who have just joined us, David D'Entremont, a winner in match number 1, a 6-bagger midway through the match, Mike, that turned it completely. Tough but fair conditions here on lanes 33 and 34. And Norm Duke will start against Dave D'Entremont. Norm Duke 8-1 this year in the championship round.
In the one loss, he bowled 280, so he could very easily be 9-0. Now we saw a lot of that in the first match. For those that have just joined us, the PBA lane maintenance crew does the lanes every week. The condition they've set up this week is an equally oiled gutter-to-gutter flat condition. So there's no buildup in the middle to have the ball hold pocket, and it's led to some difficult conditions, and the pros have to make some good adjustments.
Condition they used to put out in my collegiate days at the University of Akron.
You'd be right at home out there. Right?
Yeah, sure. Trying to find a double somehow, somewhere.
Make all your spares.
Stay clean. You remember games like that, Mike?
A plethora of them.
Yeah. It's been a while, though. Well, he had an open in game number 1 and came back to win, but D'Entremont, after the commercial break, has a problem on 34.
3, 6, 7, 10. This is makeable by hitting the 3-pin on the right, just like you would the baby split, and see that the 3-pin will go across and get the 7. The ball will carry out the 6 and the 10. Just hit it a little too flush.
Open in the first, down by 11, but he's been down before.
Well, he opened the first 2 frames the last game, still came back with a 6-bagger at the end to shoot 227 and win. He's a power player, and he's used to opens. He's used to coming back with a lot of strikes to make up for them.
Very little margin for error in shots on either lane here tonight. And we're talking about just hitting the pocket, let alone throwing strikes.
He got the loft that time, Dan. That's what he did the first match to get it going, was he threw it just a little bit further over the foul line to make the ball skid a little bit further down the lane. Big, strong man, very powerful. Watch how far he gets it out of the lane. Good 6 to 7 feet out there. See that balance at the end?
Ball goes Brooklyn. Norm will take what's left, which is a 10-pin, and right now he's just trying to find the pocket on either lane.
Struggling with it too.
It'll be interesting to watch him perform on this pair of lanes, because I feel like he's probably the most versatile player on the tour right now in terms of being able to play from the 5th there all the way to the first board. I had an opportunity to talk to him, though, about his outstanding championship round record this year, and as I mentioned, he's lost only once.
Well, that's the secret. You got to win on television in order to get all the big money and the notoriety and all that. It's just a matter of getting comfortable with TV and making the shots. It's very hard. It's nerve-wracking. You got to find something within your game that'll hold up under pressure.
See there, I felt like he went much straighter on 33 than circling the ball.
Yeah, he definitely did. Let's see if he does that on 34 too, Dan, because that first shot on 34 looked like just he kind of got it off his hand a bit 5 feet too soon.
Pretty good loft. Good delayed reaction. I think that's the key for D'Entremont.
Oh man, he's got a like a swing thought right now. You know, just get it out over the, stay behind it and get it out over the foul line. Watch his hand behind the ball here. See how late that turn came in the loft? He hasn't had a tap yet, Dan. Every time he's done that, he's just carried.
Comes back nicely with a double.
Well, you got a little rollout action there. It stopped at the pocket. I mean, that thing bent a little bit too quick.
Fortunate that the 4 left.
Just a 9-pin.
Great vantage point for Mike and I this week here at Hollywood Bowl, a little higher up than normal.
Straightens it out at the spare and has it. See what Duke, what kind of adjustment he makes here on this right lane.
You know, he's an interesting player. I almost liken him, Mike, to Corey Pavin on the PGA Tour, a player that has great vision, great imagination, and has an opportunity to really maneuver the ball.
Same thing. Yeah. Straighter and further out, but not the same reaction. Left lane is definitely hooking more. But that's amazing. It shows you his talent that in the middle of the match, in the third frame of, he changes hand positions, straightens the shot out, because he sees the other thing is just not going to get the job done.
Tricky 210, trying to back it in. Oh, my, how close can it get? Up on his tiptoes, but not much Norm can do about that. Finds himself now trailing here in game number 2.
See him hit the 2-pin on the left. That's what you're supposed to do, but he just hit it slightly too thin, as we're going to see. Just the breeze kind of knocked it over. Staying with that straight shot, Dan. But again, the same reaction. He's going to have to go back to the other one. This, as soon as he leaks this aboard right, it doesn't come back.
Or slow the speed down, which is real tricky.
But he's already throwing it very slow.
Yeah.
I mean, he's throwing it about 17 miles per hour right now. Try again, same shot. Too full this time. 0 for 2 on the 210. And he's 22 behind.
Well, let's see if he goes back to something that's a little bit different the next time. It's amazing, though, to watch him operate on a pair of lanes.
Yeah.
There's no way most players would try that.
Walter Ray would.
Plenty of turn. And that's the very break that Norm Duke was hoping for, because that split right there brings him right back into the match.
Well, we've bowled 5 frames here. We've had 2 opens by both bowlers. The only difference is D'Entremont has a double up there, so he misses this. He's going to be up by 8 pins, assuming he gets 9 out, makes the 4-7. Throw hard at that, and he missed them both. Oh, that's just giving away 2 pins, Dan. That's not smart. Wow. So he's up by 6.
D'Entremont coming a bit unraveled in the 5th. Time to settle down and get back to shot making.
And he was down on himself a little bit. He said to Mao there, I thought he said nice shot in a sarcastic way to himself. Try to regroup. High again, Brooklyn. Boy. Woo.
Waves at it, strikes in the 6th, but this game is up for grabs at Hollywood Bowl in Portland, Oregon. Norm Duke down by 6 to Dave D'Entremont.
When you've got a load to tow, you need the pulling power of Ford Aerostar. With rear-wheel drive, Aerostar has enough torque to pull 4,800 pounds. Let's see Dodge Caravan pull that off. Buy a loaded Aerostar and you can pull in $1,900 in savings. Aerostar, one more reason your Ford dealers are winning Ohio over. Looking for the latest? Introducing Ford Windstar with front-wheel drive, the most combined standard safety features and 95 advantages over Dodge Caravan. Get the advantage and see why your Ford dealers are winning Ohio over.
It's the scramble tournament of the season. It's the Blue Tee Classic.
Hi, I'm Bill DeGrave of Blue Tee Golfer. Join us at Bunker Hill Golf Course for the Blue Tee Classic. Enter your team and look what you could win.
6 days for 2 at the fabulous Sea Trail Plantation on Sunset Beach, or 6 days at the Dunes Village Resort Myrtle Beach, or 6 days at nationally known Deer Track Golf Resort, or 6 days at the Swamp Fox Ocean Resort, plus other great resort stays and prizes. Call Blue Tee Golfer and enter your team today.
Norm Duke with yet another decision to make after throwing a strike in the 3rd, back-to-back 210s. So what kind of an adjustment do you expect now?
I expect him to go back and try and hook it, but what do I know?
You know what? That was kind of in between.
Wasn't it? It looked that way as Karen Duke, his wife, looks on. She's used to watching him throw lots of strikes on TV. There he is behind the ball. A small turn. Bellies it out about 4 or 5 boards and gets the light shot there.
At least that had enough turn that it got to the pocket.
This is to go ahead. More room. And leaves the 10-pin.
Good shot.
Good shot, yeah. See how D'Entremont now reacts to all this, too. I mean, I think that D'Entremont's battle is more with himself. I mean, he knows what he can do here if he executes properly. Duke's battling the lanes. Interesting, you know, bowling being such an individual sport and people react to it in different ways. Duke is supremely confident down there. You know, he's not battling himself. D'Entremont, though, doesn't have Duke's confidence right now.
David looking for a double and shakes one loose. Huge double in the 6th and the 7th. Now he leads by 16. And don't forget, tomorrow it starts at 3 o'clock. More of the Tour de France on ESPN, stage number 4. Long way to go in that.
What's that going on for about 2 weeks?
Seems like 2 months when you're riding it.
Wow. Boy, the turkey's going high. Boy, he got a break there. Left just the 4-pin. On that Tour de France, did you see that accident they had the other day?
Didn't see it, but I read about it.
Yeah. The guy was trying to take a picture and just kind of stepped out of the lane, and they just ran right. Oh, it was awful.
That's why they got the ropes up.
Yeah. Trouble. Oh, he missed the 4-pin on the right. Now he misses it on the left. He's just handed it to him. Well, he can't make. He missed a 2-pin in the last match. Now a 4-pin here. I mean, this guy's the best bowler in the country, in the world this year, making that kind of mistake. You can see an early turn there. That was mental.
He knows the lane's going to hook left, Mike. If you set it down and you turn it and set it
on
early.
the right the time before, and he was thinking about that.
Why not move a little further right with your feet and throw a rocket?
He's just not thinking. Kind of went brain dead there for a second.
Well, a hemorrhage in the 8th for D'Entremont. And it puts him in a situation where his lead is now just 3. Survival of the fittest right now in this second match. Norm Duke has been struggling, Mike, with one of the toes on his right foot. I had an opportunity to chat with him just prior to the telecast concerning that injury.
Well, it's getting better day by day, and I hope that it continues. But the doctors informed me that, you know, the pains may come back just about any time, so I'm going to try to take care of it as soon as our schedule allows it. I don't know what tournaments I would skip at this point, but I just got to play it by ear and go as long as I can and then do the surgery and get on.
Basically what it is a ruptured nerve, and he's taking some medication for it right now. As he throws a big shot in the 9th frame. Karen very intense in this match too. 4 pins the difference. D'Entremont, though, his fate is in his hands. 3 strikes and 7, and he's a winner. He's got to regroup, though, mentally. He's got to be frazzled.
Came up big against Chris Warren in the 10th frame in game number 1. Lots of roll. Oh, he just diced him up on lane 34.
Tell you what, this next shot could be one of the biggest of his career, because if he can get by this match, making all the mistakes that he's made in, as we see a replay of an excellent shot here in the 9th frame by D'Entremont, you know, he could go on and win the tournament, because Ozio struggled in practice.
Low scores, but it's all relative when the match is as tight as this one is.
Needs to stay behind it, and the loft. Perfect, absolutely perfect.
Norm Duke can only appreciate that.
Right, exactly. And he does. You know, Duke is very good with that kind of thing. I mean, you know, he's very confident in his own ability and appreciates talent in other people. But he wants to win this game. He's hoping he leaves something here.
Had an opportunity to close out Chris Warren. This time comes up with a hanging 10.
Boy, that 6-pin just clipped it going around there, Dan. Now he needs 7, and it's a lockout. 7, and he's locked him out. as we see, take a look at this strike. Watch the 6-pin. Second from the right here as it goes around and just nip that 10. Just come on, he says.
Just a flick. That's all I need. Uh-oh. Well, he went for the blowout of the 5 on the Brooklyn. Norm says, hey, the first 2 shots were terrific.
8 strikes, and he doesn't bowl 200.
Oh, that's almost mathematically impossible for a professional player. That's the kind of condition we have out here tonight, though, Mike. You need a break here and there. He had a couple where he tripped out the 4-9. Norm Duke just couldn't quite get untracked quickly enough, and so for Norm it'll be a 4th place finish, and he'll suffer just the 2nd defeat in the championship round that he's seen this year. For D'Entremont, a solid victory over the tour's top player right now, Norm Duke. David Ozio next in line, our top seed Joe Firpo, looking for his first ever singles title. Norm Duke finishing with a strike. David D'Entremont is